Chief of Athletics, Community Schools, Family and Community Engagement with the Buffalo Public Schools. I graduated from the Buffalo Academy for the Visual and Performing Arts in 1986. Well, I was actually born in Spain, but I've lived in Buffalo for most of my life. I began my educational career at School 53, where I attended a program. Back then it was called Early Push. And so my brother was entering pre-K. I accompanied my mother to School 53, and I believe I was about 3 years old at the time. And I said to my mother, I want to go to Cool also. And so that very next day, my mother enrolled me as an early pusher at School 53. And in 1976, this was during the midst of Judge Curtin's desegregation order. I was fortunate enough to audition for a new magnet school at the time, Buffalo Academy for the Visual and Performing Arts. And so I auditioned and was enrolled into the school. Midway through 6th grade, I auditioned and was accepted into the dance program. Once again, I had never taken any dance lessons, but one of my best friends, she's a best friend to this very day, Winitra Merritt, we would practice in her basement. She showed me how to do pliés and élevés and développés. And so midway through 6th grade, I was accepted into the dance program where I remained throughout my senior year, and I loved it. My time in all Buffalo Public Schools, but particularly Performing Arts, was truly life-changing. At Performing Arts, I developed friendships that span more than 4 decades. I am still friends with many of the individuals who I met at the school. I learned so many life lessons. And there were so many wonderful teachers at Performing Arts. The late, great Yvonne James Brown, who taught us Dunham. Hannah Rakin was our ballet teacher, and Leslie Wexler was our modern dance teacher. You know, the interesting thing about it is that all those years ago, even before we really heard and learned about wellness, right? We didn't really talk a lot about meditation, particularly in the Black and Brown communities. But I remember as a 6th and 7th and high school student, every day our dance teachers ending the class with us meditating. And, you know, so of course as a student, we thought it was pretty corny for us to be lying on the ground, totally, still, and envisioning that 2 ice cream cones were melting down our spines. So didn't really get it as a kid, but I will tell you as a mid-50-year-old, those very same exercises from time to time I incorporated into my daily life. And so also in dance class each day, all of our dance teachers really helped us to, physically develop as dancers. And, when I think about it, those very same principles kind of transfer over into life. Practices that really transcend into many of the lessons that my parents have taught me as well. And I know without a doubt that if it weren't for my wonderful teachers at Buffalo Academy for the Visual and Performing Arts, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so after graduating from Performing Arts in 1986, I went to the State University of New York at Buffalo, where I received my first master's. I returned there for my second master's and also my doctoral degree in educational administration. I came back to the district in 1993 as an English teacher. I served as an English teacher for the Buffalo Public Schools for a little over 7 years, teaching every secondary grade from grade 7 through 12. After that, I entered the what's called the Leadership Initiative for Tomorrow's Schools program. It's an administrative certification program. And upon completing the second year of that program, I returned to the district. I returned to my alma mater as an assistant principal. After serving as assistant principal for a year at Performing Arts, I entered my first principal assignment at West Hurdle Academy. After West Hurdle, I went on to become principal of Bennett High School, where at both West Hurdle and Bennett, and actually MLK School 39, where I was the first African American principal at all three schools. After serving as a building leader, I transitioned to central office, where I was the department lead of the then Office of Parent and Family Engagement. It's now entitled FACE, Family and Community Engagement. And then from FACE, I transitioned to the position that I'm currently serving with our cabinet under the leadership of our dynamic superintendent, Dr. Tanja Williams-Knight. And so as the Chief of Athletics, Community Schools, Family and Community Engagement, I'm essentially responsible for 4 departments: adult education, athletics, family and community engagement, and community schools. So my job is to help support our team members. So my role as the cabinet lead is to ensure that the work of all of the departments on behalf of the students and families are accomplished at a high level. Over the past 3 decades, I do believe that I've accomplished a lot in my life. I'm not finished yet, but I absolutely attribute it to the lessons and the learnings that I have received as a student of the Buffalo Public Schools. And so my name is Dr. Ramona Reynolds, and I am BPS.